what your soul contains, that will be the level of your life. What your soul contains, that will be the level of your life. I say your soul, the definition is a combination of mind and emotions. So, mind, now you are referring to what you've been listening to. Since you were a child, what have you been listening? What have you been feeding your soul? Oh God, the Bible says in the book of Romans 4, we worship God with our mind. We worship God with our mind. Your mind is part and parcel of your soul. So therefore, what have you been feeding your soul? And you as parents, as leaders, what have you been feeding these innocent kids in their soul? And that will be the outcome of their life. Whatever you have been fed, and I say this, he that feeds you controls your destiny, information wise. He that you listen to controls your destiny. Be careful who you listen to, because they determine whether your soul is healthy or sick. Be it your wife, your husband, your spouse, your father, your mother, your pastor, whatever you listen to. Now it's even more dangerous in the world of social media. It's even more dangerous now. Information is floating everywhere. You got to guard your mind, guard your soul, because you can't live beyond what your soul contains. The content of your soul determines your outcome of life. Even determines where you spend eternity. That's how deep it goes. In the physical sense, your prosperity, your blessing is attached to your soul. My brethren, I wish you above all things that you may prosper as your soul prospers. So even your prosperity is linked to your soul. And even your eternity, where you spend eternity, is linked to your soul. You see how important this is. You can't be successful, you can't reach, you can't have a healthy relationship if your soul does not contain the qualities. Now look at your neighbor. The person can only love you to the level of their character, what they contain inside their soul. They can say love, but if there is too much bitterness, anger, violence in their soul, that's what they feed you. They can't love you beyond what their soul contains. They can't treat you beyond what their soul contains. They may say the words, they may have good intentions, they may have good plans for your life, but their soul, what it contains, determines how they will treat you and how their life turns out. So what have you been listening to? What have you been watching? What have you been listening to? What kind of books are you reading? We're in a generation that is very, very lazy to read. It's actually even better to read books than to watch some of the things you watch. Every second your mind is grabbing something, and that becomes the seal of your soul. Your soul is very important. Okay? So your soul, you want to check, and I'm going to talk about the two types of the soul here. I'm going to talk about the two types of the soul. Very, very important. For you understand there are treasures in this dust, and the soul is at the center of it. The soul is at the center of it. The soul is the main issue. Jesus dies. The soul is the main issue why you are poor. The soul is the main issue why others are rich. The container is your body. The content is in your soul. You can't be better than what is in your soul. You can't be above. As a man thinketh, so is he. Your mind and your feelings are part of your soul. When you think it, you feel it. And you become